Hi guys, check out this mess. So this is a '03 Springfield that's been in a house fire. So it started there and there. The butt stock's not too bad, although the butt plate has shrunk significantly. So did the grip cap. Pressed steel bottom metal, and then we got some really charred up stock, and then this I think is plastic, and it's just parted ways with the wood. I think the scope is probably toast, and it looks like it burnt and then it was just hosed down with oil. Probably had some firefighting chemicals or ash on it, and they just hosed it all down. And then the barrel did give it a wipe. There's like very active rust there, crystallizing on it. And then the muzzle has got a plug in it with I don't know what. Anyway, the owner wants me to try and restore it or fix it. He says I can chop the stock off over there because it is a long forend. Chop that off there, get rid of that bit of plastic, but I don't know if that is salvageable, because it's very flaky from the maybe it's good for to have a barbecue with. I do have a in detail disassemble video of '03 Springfield. I'll put a link in the description below. Got the scope off, and we can see that it's a Springfield Armory. Got the bolt out. Man, it's nasty. Started to rust into itself there. Safety seized. Safety's got a bull detent there that I got to depress to get it out. Maybe I'll take it out when I get it through the sonic. So the early Springfields had a milled bottom metal with a magazine floor plate that swung open like a Mauser. And then during the war, as the war effort tried to save money, they went to this sheet metal bottom metal just to save costs. It's soaked a lot of oil. Doesn't look like it's burned through there. Might be able to reuse the stock. Okay, got it all apart. The whole bang chute. This site has got a set screw that holds it on. It's not soldered on. And the plug in the barrel was just ash. Actually already looks better. On the stock, this nose cap screws in there, and it's got two nails, and the screw I think goes through there, and then it was probably plugged up with like a plastic steel or something, and so that went in there, and it had two locating nails. There they are. They bent over, and that white line spacer. And then these, I tried to drill them, but it didn't work, so I cut a piece out and just screwed it out. The white line spacers were glued on there, so they came off with difficulty. And then this too, you had to cut that until I got to the screw so that I could pull it off. Now Gonna start with a cleaning, see what if this can be salvaged. Okay, got that stock scraped clean. I just used a wood scraper to scrape off all the old finish or the charred up finish, and I got that charcoal scraped off there. I'm still gonna have to sand quite a bit there. It's still very charcoaly, but I do have material left there. I mean, there's some substance left of it. Must have been a beautiful stock. It looks like curly maple. Look at the and I don't know, there something, a hot piece of metal or something fell on it there and burnt a groove in there. So I might be able to thin some of it out and clean it up. Don't know. We're gonna see how it pans out. You can see how much wood has been. That was the sling swivel base. I'm gonna have to counter that, but that's what's burnt away there. I'm gonna have to make it dark to blend, because this is gonna stay dark. Doesn't matter what I do here. This is gonna stay dark. Now I'm gonna soak it in stripper to get all of it off, and then try and get it as light as possible. There you go, guys. The final views on that Springfield. So I got rid of that piece of plastic in the front there, and I put a plug in there, epoxied a plug in. I thinned out the sides. This was the side that was so badly charred up, and I was hoping to get the stock darker, so to get a better blend, but this is a very heavy stock and a very dense wood, so it didn't want to take up the stain that well. Thinned it out as much as I could. Got that all cleaned up. That grip cap, replaced it. This is just off eBay. I don't know what it is, what's it for. I just made it work there, and then put in a new recoil pad, and then I cooked the metal, and I did put on like just three rust cycles just to kind of get it more even, and it actually came out very, very black with that. You can see a bit of the pit marks over there, and that's where I think it was the firefighting chemicals that created that. But overall, I think it looks really nice. It's not perfect, but it's never gonna be. And then everything that was supposed to be in the white, I'll just buff those back up just to make them look correct. That's it, guys. Hope you found that interesting. Stay safe. We talk again. Cheers.